Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Motivational Mentor. Let me talk to you honestly for a moment. Not loudly, not dramatically, just honestly. What if the reason your life hasn't changed yet is not because you're lazy, untalented, or unlucky, but because you've been waiting too long to take yourself seriously? Think about how many times you've said, I'll start tomorrow. How many plans you've made. How many times you felt motivated for one day, then went back to the same routine. If you're being real with yourself, you already know the answer. You're not stuck because you can't move forward. You're stuck because you keep delaying the moment you decide to. Most people don't fail loudly. They fail quietly. Days pass, weeks pass, years pass, and life feels almost the same. Nothing is completely wrong, but nothing feels right either. You wake up, do what you have to do, distract yourself, and sleep again. From the outside, everything looks fine. Inside, there's a quiet frustration you don't talk about. That feeling isn't weakness. It's awareness trying to wake you up. Time is moving forward whether you change or not. That part is not optional. What is optional is whether you grow with time or let it pass you by. Many people waste time without realizing it. They think wasting time means doing nothing. But that's not true. You can be busy all day and still waste your life. Scrolling, talking, planning, watching, thinking. All of it feels productive, but none of it moves you closer to the life you want. The real shift happens when you stop lying to yourself. When you stop saying, I still have time. When you accept a powerful truth. No one is coming to save you. No perfect moment. No miracle. No sudden motivation that changes everything. And that truth isn't scary. It's freeing. Because the moment you accept it, you take your power back. Getting serious about life doesn't mean changing everything overnight. It means changing one decision. Choosing progress over comfort. Choosing effort over excuses. Choosing the hard, useful action instead of the easy, useless one. Waking up a little earlier. Practicing when you don't feel like it. Learning when no one is watching. These small actions don't look impressive, but they build something stronger than motivation. They build commitment. Most people wait to feel motivated before they act. But motivation doesn't come first. Action does. The people who change their lives aren't always excited. They're consistent. They show up on boring days, on slow days, on days when nothing seems to work. They understand something most people don't. Your future is built in ordinary moments, not emotional ones. Real growth happens in silence, not when people are watching, not when there's applause. It happens late at night, early in the morning, in moments where there's no reward except self-respect. This kind of work feels invisible, and that's why most people quit. They don't see results quickly, so they assume nothing is happening. But life doesn't work like that. Growth is delayed. Just like roots growing underground, progress happens before it shows. Every effort you make is recorded. Every skill you practice. Every habit you repeat. Nothing is wasted. Successful people aren't lucky. They're prepared. When opportunity appears, they are ready because they worked when it didn't matter yet. When success finally shows, people call it overnight, but they didn't see the years of quiet effort behind it. Another trap that keeps people stuck is waiting. Waiting for confidence. Waiting for clarity. Waiting for the right time. Waiting feels safe because it removes the risk. When you wait, you don't have to fail. You don't have to be judged. But waiting slowly steals your life. The right time doesn't arrive. It's created. Confidence doesn't appear first, it's built through action. You don't need perfect conditions to start. You need a decision. Action creates clarity. Motion builds courage. Waiting trains fear. Creating trains strength. Every time you take action, even small action, your mind learns something important. I can do hard things. That belief changes everything. At some point, you have to take full responsibility for your life. Not because your life was easy, but because your future depends on it. Blame feels comfortable, but it keeps you powerless. As long as someone else is responsible for your situation, you have no control over changing it. Responsibility is uncomfortable at first, but it's freedom. The moment you say, "This is my life, and I will handle it," everything shifts. Responsibility builds confidence. You stop waiting for rescue. You stop hoping someone will fix things for you. You become your own support system. Problems turn into lessons. Mistakes turn into growth. You stop asking, "Why did this happen to me?" and start asking, "What can I do now?" That question changes your direction. Everything in your life starts in one place: your mind. Before actions change, thoughts change. Your mind talks to you all day. If you don't control that voice, it controls you. Fear sounds logical. Doubt sounds reasonable. Excuses sound convincing. But just because a thought feels real doesn't mean it's true. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's action despite fear. Every time you act, fear becomes smaller. The way you speak to yourself matters. Talk to yourself like a coach, not an enemy. Your thoughts shape your identity, and your identity shapes your actions. At some point, excitement fades, motivation drops. This is where most people quit, not because they can't continue, but because they didn't commit. Commitment is what carries you when motivation disappears. Starting is easy, finishing is rare. Commitment is staying when leaving feels easier. It's protecting your time. It's saying no to distractions. It's choosing long-term growth over short-term comfort. You will be judged. That's unavoidable. Fear of judgment is one of the biggest prisons people live in. But the truth is, people will talk whether you try or not. The difference is whether you live your life or watch others live theirs. Freedom begins when your purpose becomes stronger than your fear. Success is not always about talent. It's about persistence. Talent can start the journey, but persistence finishes it. Most people quit too early. They mistake difficulty for failure. But persistence turns effort into skill, and skill into success. If you don't quit, you eventually win. It's that simple. A clear decision has power. When you decide once and stop turning back, your mind stops fighting. You stop wasting energy. You move forward. Half decisions create half results. Full commitment changes lives. And here's the truth I want to leave you with. A serious life doesn't come from motivation. It comes from daily choices. Small, honest actions repeated over time. If you take yourself seriously, life will respond differently. If this message helped you, take a second to like the video, share it with someone who needs a reminder, and subscribe to Motivational Mentor for more content that pushes you forward. Remember this: your life changes the moment you decide it matters.